Today for the Bitcoin and crypto prices. And yes, guys, we have an emergency update for you all. Bitcoin above $60,000, exactly as predicted on the channel. Each and every day, we've gone live for the past couple of months saying it's only a matter of time before Larry Fink hammers the ask and does not care about your 4-hour FEG. I'm Wabi. I'm here joined by Snorlax, Jackus, Will's Outlook, and Hagrid, and we're going to talk about the markets, guys. BTC, 60K plus. We're a few weeks away from the halving. Who could have foreseen? And I'll tell you what, man, I'm fired up, and I touched snow last night, and I said, something is in the air. I can feel Larry Fink waking up and hammering the ask next to Air Mass. I'll tell you what, man, it's great to be here with you all today to talk all things markets. So let's go ahead and deep dive into the charts. Tommy, how are you? Good morning. What are you seeing in the markets, man? Talk to me.
Oh, good morning, Larry Fink. It's going to be hard for me to match that energy this morning, but there's some sort of like leaf blower right next to me. But what do I see in the markets, Bobby? I see the Bitcoin God candle we were talking about yesterday. It's funny because we were over just hanging out last night, and I said, man, this is over here in the corner. I'm just sitting on the computer. I'm like, this is the Bitcoin God candle watch party over here. And then that's exactly what happened. Bitcoin busted out. We're above 61K. The market looks phenomenal. Self-explanatory. ETH almost hit 3,400. I think the most interesting thing about all of this is that Bitcoin has moved as aggressively as it has, and we still haven't even seen that rotation into altcoins. So, I mean, I have to imagine at some point here in the near future, you're probably going to see that shift down the risk curve. But I mean, geez, as long as Bitcoin is just going to continue to aggressively chat higher like this, and siphon the liquidity from every other altcoin in the market, you know, it's going to be Bitcoin season, especially, you know, on a trading basis, right? Because one of the things that, you know, if you are trading these perps on an intraday basis, like trying to trade altcoin perps over the last day and a half, 2 days, there've been a lot of great setups that have just been completely nuked by the fact that, you know, Bitcoin is just pulling their liquidity out of the market. They can't even sustain any pumps because the king is back. The king is above 61K, and now the king is just below, it's just below all-time highs, a little over 10% at this point. So, yeah, it's pretty cool to see, and it doesn't seem like all-time high is that far away anymore. I gotta say.
Tommy, so let me ask you a question, man. Look, some of us have very heavy bags with some of these altcoins, and we've been waking up back to back, just profusely bleeding against Bitcoin. So when can I wake up and upgrade from the dollar menu to a full-size combo, man? Because you know I'm a big man, right? They don't call me Mr. Big Business for no reason, man. So, you know, when can we expect back-to-back days with some of these newer alts, right? Like an Ondo, like a Dime, like a Say. When can we expect some volatility to the upside? And, you know, for those Bitcoin pairs to catch up, right? If we remember the last bull market, right? BTC would have these massive rallies on back-to-back days and then kind of just pull back a little, chill out a little bit, and then altcoins would just rip face, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these altcoins, like, I mean, Say and Sol, I think are kind of printing the structure that I'm thinking of, right? Like where, yeah, and Sol looks like it might go now, quite honestly, but I always kind of figured that altcoins would kind of dump here, chop when Bitcoin was done, and then go. You know, kind of very similar to something like Say here. You know, just kind of something and go. Because at the end of the day, Bitcoin is going to pull back. It's just a question of, you know, when Bitcoin pulls back, what happens to altcoins? And I have to think, given the risk on slants of the market, that they're not going to get bludgeoned to death. This is just a Bitcoin God candle at this point. They probably will see some level of pullback, and then they're probably just going to be sent parabolically. At least the ones that have already proven to kind of have that underlying bid, like a lot of these L1 leaders, like a Say, a TIA. I mean, Render and Ondo are probably another two alts that will catch a bid here, not terribly far away. Yeah, but I think the market looks great, right? I mean, Bitcoin is almost at all-time highs, and altcoins haven't even pumped yet. So I think that's a pretty exciting state of the market for crypto participants.
Guys, and before we continue, I'm going to need one favor from every crypto digital asset security enthusiast that is currently watching our show. It only takes a few seconds, all right, guys? Go ahead and smash the like button. Smash it just as hard as Larry Fink has been pumping our bags, all right, guys? Go ahead and smash it. I want at least 105 likes by the end of today's stream, guys. We're a few percentage points away from all-time highs. We're here talking markets for you guys. We're going to film some content, right, at ETH Denver, some solid vlogs. Myself, Tommy, Hagrid, and Max. We're going to get some of these projects on film, have them talk about markets. So go ahead and smash that like button. We're here talking markets for you guys. And, all right, let's go ahead and get some thoughts from Jackus. Jackus, man, what's going on? BTC finally above 60K. We smashed through 58, which was the level that we were speaking about during our Twitter spaces yesterday afternoon, man. And I'll tell you what, man, I'm kind of blown away by Bitcoin's outperformance, not only this early in the year, but pre-halving. This cycle is actually materially different. We've never been so close to an all-time high prior to halving. And quite honestly, man, this is probably crypto's most bullish cycle. And it even opens up to the fact that this cycle could even be elongated, right? Because cycles usually top out for crypto in Q4 of the post-halving year. But, you know, there's something to be said if we actually break an all-time high before the halving, right? What does that say about usual cycles? So, Jackus, I guess I'll start off by saying this, man. Good afternoon. How are you? What are you seeing in the markets? And is this time different, brother? Is this crypto cycle different? Is this the beloved super cycle that everyone has been waiting for? A multi-year uptrend.
Hey guys, so I have a question for you, Wabi. When 12K? I mean,
Look,
we've been promised.
Jackus,
We've been promised.
Jackus, look, man, listen to this. I have the answers to questions that you don't even know how to ask, right? My concentration is through the roof. We're going to squeeze the juice out of these markets, man. So when 12K, man, I'll tell you what, I did hear there was somebody that cut all their exposure from the crypto markets a few days ago, and we just started ripping, man. So, yeah, I'm just waiting for these altcoins to rip, and I don't want anyone to say, "Oh man, I'm underexposed." Like who could have foreseen? So, man, Jackus, I'm just gonna patiently wait for alt season. Quite honestly, man, my bags are packed. But what's up, man?
Yeah.
How are you feeling today?
Yeah, to be honest, Wabi, I see, on the timeline, I did not see that much celebration. And the reason for that is probably because, again, as you say, some has been selling a few weeks ago, and now they are coping. But it's also that lots of people are not positioned in BTC, or their allocation is super tiny, and they are sitting in alts, right? So we are not seeing the celebration just yet. But historically, when BTC has been breaking or is nearing all-time highs, is usually when alts start to catch up a lot. And I get it. Some alts are obviously red on the day. Some has done very well. Like Pepe has been pumping 100% in the past days, and there are many that are up either like, for example, Arkham is one of my holdings as well. Our BB holdings, it's just insane, just another 30% up today. So yes, some alts have been doing well. That's why I preach the diversification so much. But some or most have not and are red on the day, right? And I'm here to say, guys, that stay patient, right? Do not cheat your bags. I understand it's hard watching to some people being euphoric, especially on Twitter, right? And mostly what you see is that they are euphoric, like in a way, the way they tweet. It's an engagement farm. In reality, lots of them are not that allocated as they say they are. So do not let that get to you. right? Do not let that get to you, because the market will catch up. The altcoin market will catch up. Those alts will do really well. But again, I have to tell you, please do not get overexposed in one coin. It will make you, it's going to force you to make the wrong decision. So yeah, look at Argam here, man. The diversification at its finest has been, lagging, and then suddenly, boom, up 300%, man. And this is what's happening to your alts as well once BTC chills a little bit. So man, things are looking very good. We are still very early. Larry Fink is still accumulating, so you should know something about that, right? But yeah, man, very early. Like we are at heavy resistance on BTC. May or may not get blown through, of course, but keep the eyes on the forest, not the trees, is what I keep on reminding, and stay bullish until the market tells you otherwise. Do not fight the trend, or the trend kills you, right? It's like a train.
Jackus, man, do you believe that we'll smash through all-time highs before the halving? That's the ultimate question here.
I think right now it's kind of hard to say not to, but I still tend to think that we will pause right, like slightly next to it, right? Then maybe some small pullback, and then I think we smash through. Yeah, I think it comes after halving, but it's really, to me, it doesn't matter really, right? Like, I'm positioned, I'm enjoying the times, and does it smash through before the halving or after? Man, I do not really care. Just enjoy of these times, especially when we are positioned since so very low.
See something like
it reminds me a lot of March of 21. If you guys remember when BTC first blasted through 60K, alts kind of pulled back on their BTC pair, and then BTC just was basically range bound up until the IPO, right? And then from March until May, all coins just went ballistic. So I'm kind of thinking to myself, right, like, what are some of the key differences between then and now, right? In 2021, you had QE and ZERP, right, all across all markets, but Larry Fink is basically doing that for the crypto markets now, man.
Do you know what's crazy, guys? Like, I'm looking at the price chart of Bitcoin, and I can see, just looking at the price, how many people are sidelined. Like, I can see where everyone kept waiting for the pullback to a certain level that did not come, and then just had to watch the price go higher. I know that. I'm looking at the chart, and I know exactly the psychology that's behind it.
What's funny, Jack, is I would love to go back and snip how many times. I wonder if Ed can do this. I've said nobody's getting an entry, and they've never gotten an entry. Every single time that I've said that on the show.
Like this.
By the way, guys.
What, Tommy?
I was just going to say the trend's going to look like this, where you get sharp dips, but it's going to be from higher.
Yeah. By the way, guys, there is something I wanted to say, and that's that, we host these spaces every single day through Monday to Friday. And obviously the community is growing. The numbers of the viewers are growing too. But there are some, and we are appreciative of everyone, but there are many of you guys that have been with us since the beginning, that show up every single day. And we just wanted to say briefly that we do appreciate you. Just looking at the chat now, Evan Casey, Brandon C, Champ. I've seen also Todd. I've also seen, Dinesh. I've seen Booty Bandit. There is lots of you guys that show up. C-Run, right? Lots of you that I see here, Robert, that I see every single day here showing up. And we just wanted to say that we appreciate you guys supporting us, and we try to support you back, with the alpha, with the with the knowledge that we share. Obviously, it's it's a mutual win-win, right? You guys support us, we support you back. Goose here, right? I see Goose, familiar faces, right? It's very nice, very good vibes around here, and just wanted to say thanks. Also, one thing, guys, as the comment section gets bigger, obviously, we try to see your comments, but it's very much possible that we're gonna miss your and Rufus just did it, right? So it's possible that we gonna miss your question. So if that's the case, please kindly politely refer to it, that like you asked, and maybe repeat the question. And if you want to be absolutely sure that we notice the question, then you guys gotta do the super chat, right? Just like Rufus Doofus did with the super sticker, right? Maybe highlight that, guys. But yeah. And by the way, smash that like button. If you guys are enjoying the show, smash that like button. Max is not here today to remind you, but
Somebody's gonna have to bug you to hit it.
We will. No worries.
Solana is sending.
Is it? What's it at?
117. Oh, damn, it just pulled back a little bit.
Dude, if Sol gets above its December high of last year, all of your alts are going to send in. All of them. Like,
Listen,
I think we're going to enter a PvE environment where, like, one day RWAs outperform, the next day AI outperforms, day after that modularity outperforms. It's just everyone's going to be a genius season. It's just going to be a matter of like, all right, 18 months from now, let's see who's gonna keep their capital, right? Because anyone can make money, right? It's all about the preservation of capital after reaching escape velocity, right? Because, dude, we've heard these stories all the time, like, hey, I turned $500 into 500,000 or $1 million. You always hear these stories, right? But for every 10 stories that you hear like that, the year later they're basically in credit card debt, right? They're in credit card debt. They lost it all on leverage or some like weird token that rugs. So,
now let's be real. Most of them round trip, but
yeah, round trip, of course.
And here's the thing. We talked about this morning actually, Wabi, on the Giga Chat. For our members, we basically told people don't over rotate. Like, just if you're already in a chair, just wait for it to come to you. This is musical chairs at this point. You start trying to get up and jump into another seat. That seat could get pulled, and you may be the one standing there while everybody else has a seat. So even though you may see somebody else's project running, it doesn't mean that you have to jump ship with your losses or your position that may not be running, and try to move over to the next thing, because your losses could be the next big win. And that's what a lot of people are not recognizing in these markets, is that opportunity is everywhere. It's fruitful. And if you're down bad, it will probably be, circulating back to you before you know it, right? Are you going to hit every single move? No. Some moves you're going to be behind other people on. Other times you'll be ahead of other people. And I think just if people just recognize that and are able to identify that, they'll do fairly well. I wanted to add too, and this is, I kind of felt a little bit solo on this. Tommy was on it for a little bit, so I didn't feel so alone. But then I had to be out on the ship, on the sea by myself.
Diving into dumpster fires, brother.
Shopping through dumpsters by myself.
Are you talking about ticker Bitcoin, man, or Mog?
I'm talking about Mog, bro.
Oh, man, let's look at it.
Man, you guys missed the move of a free look. Anybody who tells you can't charge a shitcoin, bro, guess what? Hit my 1618 right on the nose. Right on the nose. Actually blew through it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It actually went higher than my 1618. People in the Discord, like, if you guys are in the comments, like, let them know, man. Like, charted a fucking shitcoin right in front of everybody.
Man, this was always a chart. This was always a chart I knew would pump. It was just like when, man. I mean, it was just like absurdly bullish looking from like a inflation standpoint.
You can definitely chart it well, and by the way, very good job on that one. And you can clearly see that when we are on the daily, and you can see how it retested the daily demand there before the rip higher, right? It was a nice EMA trend, nice demand retest on the second retest, right? And then there is this upside. So you can definitely chart it. And by the way, good job for providing that value for the BB Discord members.
For those wondering, I did post. I did say how much I put in there. People were like, "You're retarded. You're retardio," and I'm like, "Sure, I'll go with that." And so I put 10K in at point multiple zeros. I think it was 7 and a 5, and I ran it up all the way to 40, boys. Multiple zeros, killed a 0, and dropped a 4 in front. You could do the math. You could do the math. Cut 50% at the high there, letting the rest ride. It's not a hard play. It's not a hard play.
You remember that? You remember what chart this is from, Jackus?
Oh yeah, that looks like VTC.
Yes, vet Bitcoin.
Yeah, that Bitcoin. Yeah.
Ticker
I do remember. I remember because if you put it back, if you put it actually back, that's the fractal, right? Put it back.
I missed ticker Bitcoin, bro. Like I saw it at the low, and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna go a little bit lower." I was one of those greedy people, waiting for 12K Bitcoin when Bitcoin's at 56K.
Right. So you see that sweep right on the right side before this upside.
Yeah.
No, on the right side. Yeah, on the right side, the head and shoulders before the huge upside. On the no, right, completely. It's on the right, like next to the pricing.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about on the yeah,
on the fractal. Yeah. So I was taking that one. That was my long, and I took it at, I think, if I remember correctly, it was at 60 satoshis or 50, 60, something like that, and it was on the right shoulder. So there was the sweep, the weekly sweep. I think this is a daily time frame that you have on, just looking at the price, and then it made it upside, did the retest. I bought on the retest, and I just wrote it for the bull market. Just one of my best plays.
Fourth tap, send. A lot of Gamblefy charts look exactly like this, man. Let's look at one of my old favorites.
Hey, Tommy, if you want,
Successful.
Mimir, by the way, made a super chat.
Oh, what they said? What they said?
Oh, I already put it up on the.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I got it. Don't worry.
If you want, Tommy, because I know people were asking me like what my setup was on the fibs. Could you drop it on the weekly real quick on that? And then the first pump out of the zone, drop your high fib there and your low fib at the low. The first one where we broke out above the previous high.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Right there. Yep. And then you can actually take it a little bit higher. Take it to the wick high, just before we pulled back in the middle of that move. No, not the high.
But it does make sense.
First candle.
That's what I did.
No, not the one to the right.
This
first
one?
Candle out.
This
one. I don't know. I feel like it's lagging a little bit. That one. Yes. And then drag your bottom to the left. No, other side. You gotta grab the other side.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm just showing them how to set this up. There you go, perfect. Now drag the top to the right, but keep it in line with that candle. Now look at the hit there.
Clean. On-chain coins are fib respectors, man.
Pretty nuts, right? Pretty nuts. I just showed you guys live how I took this play. So like, you guys think I'm fucking out here guessing and throwing money in dumpsters? I'm not throwing money in dumpsters, but if you think I'm out here just guessing, that's not the case.
Throwing money in dumpsters, like Mog and ticker Bitcoin, and then they go up.
And we're gonna go grab 62K here, boys. We're going for it,
man.
From there, I don't know, but these.
Did you guys see the statistic from TED Talks Macro yesterday that BlackRock is advising clients to put like 24% of their portfolios in Bitcoin? I wasn't.
What?
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding, right?
20%?
Yeah.
Bruh, that
I'm not
would
sure if that's real or
absolutely-
not, but I did see TED Talks Macro tweet about that yesterday, and I was like, is that for real?
It's gotta be some kind of like satire, bro. 100%.
Well, that's a legit account, though, is the only thing.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Tommy, to be fair, I was making a calculation. If only 5% of US wealth finds its way into crypto, and what would happen is that would absolutely send the entire industry to double digits market capitalization. So right now, the total market capitalization sits at 2 trillion. If only only the US wealth finds 5% of its allocation into crypto, that sends the whole market capitalizations into double digits. All right. That's how huge this is. So if Tom is talking about 20%, bro.
That would be freaking gnarly, man. If it's real, I'm trying to find the tweet right now. And one hell of a move from the corn.
But yeah, I have a good reasoning that BTC goes above listen, I have a good reasoning that BTC goes above $200,000 this cycle. But I always say that essentially these price targets are just estimates. And what I always advise is, listen, we are bullish as long as the market is telling us to stay bullish, right? If we see that the market is rotating, we got to adapt to that. Or if we see something coming in. But you stay bullish as long as the market is. And people kind of forget this, right? That the market structure has been bullish, they've been bearish. And some have been bullish, but they sold too early because they anticipated something that just wasn't there, in my opinion, yet. So that's the plan, right? So there will be people that will say, like me, hey, it goes above 200Ks. There will be some that will say, hey, diminishing returns, we just go to 80K. There will be some that will say, 1 million, 10 million, whatever. Essentially, what you want to do is kind of like take these with a little bit of laugh. And I do have, like, when I say above 200K, I have some pretty good reasoning why I think that's the case. And obviously BB members heard some of that today, but generally, again, you stay bullish as long as the market is starting in. That's the way
The market,
I advise.
to what you're saying, Jackus, and I 100% agree. The market has to dictate direction. Like it just there's no other way about it. Like anybody trying to call a top because we're overpumped or overstretched or blah 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 blah. None of that crap matters. Like you're in a full on bull run. You can sit there and overstretch all you want. Like there's no limitations to your stretching. Just understand, like the market has to tell you it's over before you can say it's over. You cannot call over before the market says it's over, and the market will dictate that. I think it'll be a lot more obvious than what people think it was. 2021, it told you twice. I mean, we can look at the RSI. The second pump, the second high on Bitcoin was literally a downtrend from the previous high, even though it was a higher high on strength. And I think just not enough people pay attention to those type of things. But the market tells you when it's over. You just got to pay attention.
Yes. Well, maybe Tucker has something to. By the way, Tom, you're muted if you were speaking.
I realized that. Yeah, I'll let Tucker go. But I was going to ask like what y'all were thinking about this ETH Bitcoin chart. More so because Bitcoin is leading at this point, and it looks like Bitcoin is set to continue leading. So what does that mean for the ETH Bitcoin pair going forward?
Dude, it looks like a tough chart, man. We were talking about this the other day. I had a fractal I've been using on it recently. That seems to be playing out. It's basically saying we're going to come back into like 0.052, which isn't the end of the world. It's not that much lower, but yeah, I think you're probably going to continue to see Bitcoin lead. Like, here's the problem for the altcoin holders: is Bitcoin's going to dump 5% 4%, 3% from here, and your altcoins are going to get destroyed in the short term, but they should V recover, right? That should be the case. So I don't know. I think ETH BTC probably
HBTC
could
is looking
show.
amazing. I just gotta stop you. The rotation is in ETH USD ascending. Look at the daily time frame on ETH BTC. It's retesting support. What
Let's
are we
see.
talking about
I
here, right? It's just gonna send.
I want to add there, Jackus, too. Like, and I want to make a soluble point. And I know we discuss ETH BTC, we entertain it, but I just want to ask I guess a simple question, and this is at all no slide at anybody or no poke or anything like that, but did ETH BTC ever freaking matter? Did it ever matter? Because if you went off ETH BTC and waited to buy your alts, you're buying way above floor.
For sure. Yeah. No,
So
yeah. If
like,
you're waiting for ETH BTC confluence to buy altcoins, you're wrecked.
Yeah, you kind of want to anticipate the move in ETH BTC, right? Because like ETH BTC does matter well, and in history it did. Whenever ETH BTC started to rip higher, that was you see, and I understand it. You do not want to wait until it pumps to Valhalla and then position yourself. Not at all. But you want to anticipate the moves in ETH BTC and position in higher beta, basically.
yeah, no. I think it's a good valuable point to be looking at. Like, okay, ETH losing against BTC and the whole chart's moving up. Now it should start positioning, which means BTC is moving up, right? And Ethereum's following, or Ethereum's moving up and the BTC is following. Any one of those scenarios. But I think like if you were waiting for some kind of flipping to happen for ETH BTC, you're not buying the lows. You're buying the mid market at best. And in that scenario, I think a lot of normie people that don't sit here and look at markets every day think that this is some kind of alpha position to get a better position on alts when it's really not. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah, it did. It did
because
well.
like I positioned like well before any of this ETH BTC thing even started becoming a conversation after we kind of bounced out the lows. And I was like, okay, I need to start positioning. Started positioning, and then you get these people that not us necessarily, but other people in the space that discuss this thing as if it's some kind of godsend to positioning. And I almost feel like I could have never looked at ETH BTC, and I could have positioned fine without it myself. Right? Some people use it. I just don't. I don't use it myself. I mean, I have used it in the past in 2021. I think it kind of had a meaning then because you were at the high peak of a market, right? So to look for that blow off makes sense for Ethereum, and that's essentially what you were looking for with EPTC was the blow off. But once that blow off occurred, now it's like ETH and BTC, ETH and Bitcoin could literally cause this chart to just move sideways as they chase each other. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, Dinesh was asking, GKs, do you think ETH follow with the 4K plus soon, maybe in March? Yeah, I totally do. Just look at the chart. It's getting basically repriced to its fair value. And there is no reason not to think that ETH doesn't go to 4K. And 4K is important level, but I do not see a cycle top there. Just wanted to mention that.
Yeah. I think ETH's going a lot higher than people think. I think people talking about gas prices are just, people that have dealt with a lot through the bear market, and they think that their point is valuable, and it's really not. People don't care about prices. Why do prices not matter at a certain point in the market? Because everybody's making money. They don't care if they pay $500 or $5,000, as long as their win ratio is higher than what they put in. And I think that's what a lot of people tend to forget with these markets is that if your RR is higher, it doesn't matter how much you pay to get out or get in.
If you're paying $5,000 to get into a position, you're probably making a mistake, though. Like,
Bro, no, I'll tell you a couple plays I made last cycle. I made a couple 20K plays last cycle, cost me almost $2,500 to get in and out.
like in one go. or like through multiple transactions?
No. In one go. It was literally like half of that in and half of that out to get in and get out of the coin.
1250.
Because gas was so fucking high.
Yeah.
There's peak moments where, like, if you're in a coin and your coin is hot, it's gonna run that gas straight up. Like there's nothing you and if you want to sell into buy pressure, which if you're moving with size, you have to do, then at that point you're gonna be selling at massive cost on the gas side.
For sure. Yeah. No, yeah. Fees are bullish, man. High fees are bullish.
By the way, Mike.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Will. All right. Mike T was saying, if you wait for the market to be bearish, then you will be late selling your bags. Don't get too greedy, boys. And like, so it's hard because there's always a pros and cons to it, right? So, for example, if we take BTC from the past cycle, so maybe or maybe even the cycle before, right, in 2017. And there are some people that when BTC ran, above its price all-time high, it went all the way to 5K. The prior cycle top was 1K, and then it went to 5K, and it was really overbought, and there was lots of hype and so forth. And if you sold there, then you saw BTC to rip even to 20K. And so, like, I get it, what you say, that if you wait for the market to be bearish, then you may be selling late. And sometimes, yes. But there are also, so first of all, I believe it's very beneficial to be partially selling as the price goes up, not like, sell everything at one go. But, in 2021, there were lots of signs that the market is kind of topping. And you want to wait for that market structure break, which we got in April, for example, or then we get the double top sweep, and then we get the market structure break. So you may not sell the entire top, but if you're gonna look at multiple tools that we can use, and then you look at the market structure, will see the signs that it's, well, if not sell everything, then at least sell partially, right? And then you can keep selling if the price keeps confirming your thesis. But you also want to be careful not to sell too early and just let everything go.
I could show an example of what you're talking about, Jackus.
Yeah.
So Snorlax.
What's up?
I don't know. Do you want to be called Snorlax or Tommy?
You can call me either one, man.
All right. So let's go to Bitcoin if we can, just for like a quick second, and then just draw a line across the highs on Bitcoin on 2021. I'm being precise, okay? I know you guys were about to lambast me, okay, for saying the highs. 2021 double top highs. No, like at an angle.
Oh, wait. You mean like
the ray?
That?
Now draw a trend line from the one high to the other high.
Yep, there you go. Now do the same thing on the RSI.
Oh man.
You could probably put it on a higher time frame if you want, like a monthly or whatever, a couple decade, somewhere's in there. No.
Couple decade.
Casual couple decade.
Oh no. Top.
So actually drop it down on the weekly.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's not even the top from over there, is it?
No. Just the two tops. There you go. So what do you see there on now? Can you just ping the two tops so people can see what we're doing here?
You want me to like circle them?
Yeah, just go ahead and circle them. And then same thing on the chart. Circle those two. So what we're clearly identifying here is that the market told us it was over before it was over. How were we able to identify that? You had losing strength to rising price. That is not bullish. That is absolutely not bullish. That's what we call a bear div. And this is a scenario, and this can play out anytime in the chart, anytime, where the market told you you need to exit because you don't have the strength to continue going higher. So this would invalidate that thesis that you need to sell early. It would actually validate that you can wait and let the market dictate price.
By the way, guys, we are currently sitting on the highest monthly close ever on BTC when we are
Is it
trading
really?
at these prices. Yeah, because we are having a monthly close tomorrow, and if the prices stay this way, we have the highest monthly close ever. Crazy. Just wow.
Wow.
Yeah, love and win. I like to come in and show people like what TA can do for you, because I feel like not enough people value TA and they don't understand what it, what people behind the scenes are doing on TA. They think we're literally just going into a casino, looking at a spinning table and picking a number and picking a color and throwing some dice in there. Like that's not the case at all. We're following historical trends that have, done certain things or reacted certain ways. Reacted certain ways time and time again throughout history, and that's why they're called patterns, because the hit ratio is high on those.
Man, this may get interesting with the Bitcoin monthly close because, uh, Jesus, if we just do a little bit more percent, this may end up being the largest monthly appreciation since May 2019. Like
Jeez.
there has not been a more better percentage return over a month since May 2019. That's basically 5 years. Just wow.
Look at that.
Just wow. Just every bear out there. Like BTC just put a middle finger to every bear out there. Just like, nope.
Guys, are
Larry,
we
Get
about to
wrecked.
get an insane alt season right now?
whenever Bitcoin's done, man. But they might keep bidding
Yeah.
Bitcoin for now.
Yep.
Yeah, Max posted a tweet calling for imminent alt season. I think he might be right. I like
There's
that.
no think.
Compelling
It's coming.
argument. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really for how much longer they can sustain this hourly. Like it's really just on the hourly. Like every time I have seen BTC to just do a small pullback on the hourly, I've seen alts getting instantly bid, and then BTC continued. So they, the flow went back to BTC. But I'm telling you, the moment BTC stops, alts are getting sent. In my opinion, they may be like very short term. Uh, Very short-term OI squeeze. All right, that might happen because some people are getting positioned for it with leverage. They might be the sweep.
You have to
May not.
survive this.
Yeah.
Survive this, and you print on altcoins. Just don't blow yourself up in here, because I remember on this run up, like the leverage that we had at that point was already pretty intense. So the wicks that we got on altcoins on like Kraken pairs were just obscene.
Bro,
See if
by
I
by
can.
by the end of this cycle, my tweet that said you could have loaned every single buy position I posted live here on Twitter is going to be a historical marking for Bitcoin.
The Kraken wicks.
Silence.
The Kraken wicks, man.
Wicks, man. Yeah, like AI. This one wicked a little bit less than everything else, but I remember a lot of their DeFi tokens just got destroyed. Was it the USD pair? Or was it Tether?
May want to look at
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Jesus.
I remember that.
Oh,
God.
we'll see those from higher though, Tommy. Those
Well,
those
this
come
was
in
only a
much higher.
Kraken thing. I think Link originally only wicked to like 22, but Kraken gave him an extra like 40%.
The one dip I want to point out though, if you go to Bitcoin real quick, Tommy, and look at 2021 on any exchange, look at the mid range on that chart, and I bet you'll see that. Here's the thing. I think Bitcoin's going to go much higher before it dips. Much higher before it dips. Look at 2021's run up.
Oh, I was just looking at the RSI on it. Yeah, looks insane.
So like not even the RSI, just like the 2021 run up, and look at the middle of that move.
Yeah.
So see that January right there? That January 2021. That's pretty much your first dip. That's your first dip. How high above all time high was that?
That was a 2x above all time high.
So what are people going to do if we end up going this cycle
It's weird.
and going 2x above all time high before it even attempts to dip?
Something like that.
Yeah. People are so underexposed, they don't even know what the hell's going on.
That's actually really clean, man.
This is what I've been telling people since 25K, Tommy, is that they're not bullish enough and the dip can happen from much, much higher.
Let's see, where was that? That was that. Yeah. Oh man.
Telling you, man.
We're gonna get this.
It's all there.
By the way, is Wabi still with us? I haven't heard him.
I think he's.
For a while.
We're in the Airbnb right now. I think he's probably showering downstairs,
All right.
which I'm gonna go do here in a little bit after he's done. So
basically, we're gonna get a big pop. We got the big pop. We probably see some sort of wipe and chop, and then everything sends collectively, I would imagine, on this candle.
what is that wick?
Absolutely.
What is that wick, bro?
I just put the price action from the orange in there, man.
Oh yeah. That is nasty.
Wow, that's actually so clean. We'll see if it plays. If we get, that would be a super nasty leverage wipe. But if we did, I would actually be super bullish if that happened though too, because then we squeezed all the shorts out of the market, and then came back and rebalanced the late longs while not giving anybody really a dip to fetch. I think that would be extremely bullish.
And it's gonna hurt. That is gonna be maximum pain, Tommy. Like people are gonna be because people are gonna be taking profit all along this move, thinking that the top is coming. And it just keeps going.
Yeah, that'd be pretty insane. Looks like I'm a Bitcoin maxi here, guys, for a little bit. But yeah, I have to imagine that's gonna play out on Sol eventually. Maybe that means, where's that? Did I delete Sol Moon pattern?
Lewis asked if you thought that was the cycle top there, Tommy.
Sol.
The cycle top just happened, guys.
Fits perfectly.
I think he's talking about the fractal.
Oh yeah, I don't think this is the cycle. Will and I have talked about this. I actually think if you do something like this, what probably ends up happening is you either consolidate up here for like probably 4 or 5 months and then send in Q4.
Yeah.
Or you put in another top, you consolidate down here, and then you get like a huge super cycle in 2027.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite that low, but you guys get the point.
What's crazy though is that the total market cap added basically 400 billion in the past 5 days.
Well, there's it's like I said last week, man. There's a clear underlying bid on Bitcoin that nobody could have expected, even to this degree. We knew that even the most adamant of Bitcoin bulls, right? Like BlackRock is bidding, but I don't think anybody really 500 million in inflows in like single days, back to back to back days. That's just insane. So as long as that's the case, man, I mean, I really am not trying to mid curve Bitcoin, right? Like the flows are very strong and they're still coming in. Like if they suddenly stop, then maybe you can change the rhetoric a little bit. But right now, the flows are coming in hot and heavy.
They are. They certainly are.
And that would be very mean.
Yeah, to be honest,
I'm gonna set some stakes actually. If that plays out. Get some really nice fills.
Go on, Will. Go on, Will.
Yeah, fine. Go ahead.
No, go on, Will.
No, I was just gonna say, I feel like people trying to call this pullback are trying to do so because they want to be known as the guy who called the pullback, and it's like nobody's gonna remember you because you called a pullback. They're only gonna remember you if you told them to buy the bottom and to sell the top.
Dude, they don't even remember the people who sold the top. They only remember the people who bought the bottom. They will remember the people who bought the bottom and then forget about the fact that they bought every single bottom on the way down.
They don't even remember who called the bottom. There are guys that were absolutely bearish and they say they called the bottom, which they did, and they are like, "Oh my God, you are my favorite guy." It's unfortunate, but it's very the way it is.
It's very reflective of the market, though, man. It's like people will always be more forgiving on predicting upside because most people are able to make more money trading upside.
That's true.
$62,000 for one United States Chinese-backed Bitcoin.
Can't believe you just squeezed that in.
You know what? What's the joke? It's right. It's like 62,000 Biden bucks or American Biden bucks for one Chinese Bitcoin.
Oh yeah.
Somewhere I have set some maxis really badly with that, but
what do you guys think is going to be the FUD of this cycle? Like, what are they gonna come up with? Like, China bans Bitcoin again, or
I can tell you what I think is going to be the collapse of the cycle. I don't know about the FUD.
Well, Eigenlayer will eventually bring down ETH. We've talked about that, but
fractionalized lending, that's going to destroy the entire market.
That's a good point. Can we pull out the Augur? It must be going crazy right now.
Oh God, I don't even. Yeah, let's
go.
I don't even know how to manage Augur on here though, so that the audio won't be as bad.
Maybe Tucker knows.
What?
He was
here?
Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Not yet. No, we don't hear it.
Go to the settings.
Look at all the threads.
No, go back.
Hey, look at Chadwick's comment, boys. You need to highlight that.
Yeah.
Click the gear in the top right. No, a different setting thing. Come on now. You can do it, Tommy. You can do it.
Dude, it's not. There's nothing in there.
Yeah, there's something for volume. Click the volume button.
Yeah, no, we hear it.
There we go.
You may just want to put the sound a little bit down.
Nuts.
I don't know how to turn the sound down.
Oh my God.
It's either on or off, man.
Viewers are dropping.
They want the casino noises.
Wow. It's crazy.
Tommy, I'm getting anxiety.
All right, guys. Clearly, they're bidding. They're bidding the corn.
The anxiety is real.
I need to see if someone's getting liquidated though.
Yeah, somebody's definitely getting liquidated right now.
Jesus, the funding is going through the roof, guys.
Oh man, let's see it.
Oh no,
they're
oh no. Listen, now we are in a full-blown euphoria because the funding is the highest it's been since probably 2021. Yeah, it's the highest it's been in May 2021. All right.
we're
So guys,
fucking back. We are back, Jackass.
Oh,
Go ahead and go there.
oh
Go
my
ahead.
God. Yeah, this is
all
gonna
right.
be fun.
This is
There's
All
gonna be
right.
top,
some
guys.
This
massive
is
This is
nuts.
mistakes.
top.
Man.
This is nuts. All right, so guys, please be careful FOMOing here. All right, anyone like we are trying to protect you guys. Just this is getting swept. You know, sooner or later, anyone's bidding here is just getting. Let me see the OI though. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, dude, OI has been. It's like I told you, OI's in up only mode right now, which is both bullish
Is it?
and bearish. You know.
Actually, it's not that bad to be honest. Like, it's not as bad as I would imagine it to be.
Oh,
It's
you know
not
what?
really. OI is not as overheated as people think.
It's
We are
just
gonna
shorts getting absolutely liquidated here, man.
we're gonna fill these gaps.
Well, the thing is, the shorts are getting liquidated, but you got other shorts that are continuing to push their positions up because they think they're right, and they're going to
Yeah.
wipe out their entire account trying to short this.
Do you know what's crazy? That the 1,000%, sorry, not percent, the $1,000 move here isn't what it used to be. like, like we just went, we just went thousand. Jesus, we just went that $1,500 move in the last hour. It's crazy. It's
You know
absolutely.
one thing that's not chatting, right, Jackets?
What is not chatting?
It's
The like
the
button.
like button. The like button's not
Yeah.
chatting.
Like, wait a minute, I
Yeah.
know
I don't know
this.
what's going on here.
The funding is negative right now on funding. We need to guys, we need to
Like button
smash the
not
like
matching
button.
funding.
Listen, guys, if you
Smash the
are
like
enjoying the
button.
show, if you are enjoying the alpha, if you are enjoying the little rant, if you are enjoying the market, guys, let's smash the like button. Let's help the channel grows. We are, here Monday to Friday every single day, and we are providing you lots of actionable knowledge. There has been lots of people that have been saying that our guidance has help them. Sorry, if it has, guys, please. If you are watching on Twitter, you can retweet. Let other people know. If you are watching on YouTube, you can help the algo by liking it. It shows to more people. Again, it helps the channel grow. Anyways, smash the like button and back to the charts, guys. Let's not make this too long.
Yeah, I do think that these gaps on OI like always fill. So at some point we're gonna revisit it, probably before we start trending. But like the way we are trending right now, like it's vol up, market up, man. It's just like what I've been talking about with equities. We're seeing it with Bitcoin right now. I wonder what BitMEX volatility looks like right now. Let's take a look. BVOL.
If you're short and you're cross chain margin, expect to have your entire, net worth wiped the fuck out. It's gonna happen. You're losing everything.
That's not what I wanted. Okay, let's get that Bitcoin. BitMEX, Bitcoin, Bull. Yeah.
You can actually get the BVOL on TradingView. Tell me.
Is it the same chart?
Yeah, it should be BVOL. If you write BVOL, not EVOL, but B like Bitcoin, so you write BVOL, should be able to find it.
I'll probably have to save it in TradingView. If we haven't even had volatility rise yet, that's kind of insane.
Yeah.
Just watch how fast it rises if we start pumping.
Yeah, but no, listen, the funding is absolutely insane right now.
Yeah.
This cannot continue. So
I mean, here's the thing, Jack. It's like 2021. We had just as insane of funding. I'm not gonna lie, and they can load this thing because people are getting so confident in the long They can load this thing much, much, much higher, and you won't see a single profit taking, and they will
Look at
wipe this out all in one go.
Do you guys
Yeah.
see that?
So like, I'm
DYDX?
not saying. Wait, sorry. What did you
Do
say?
you see
Tom?
that link funding on DYDX? People are paying 450% a year to be long link. Okay, it just adjusted to 327%. Hyperliquid's probably a mess right now. I don't even want to look.
Yeah, guys, 62% on BTC. All right, that's nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Imagine shorting 56K and waking up today to 61. Like you got to be like you're going bald by now. 100% you're going bald.
Man, I was telling Tucker last night because I was in a long. My take profit was at like 60K, so I missed like the last 2K of the move. I didn't think we'd go quite this high this morning, but it's just representative of the bid. But I was just watching price last night, and I was like, we were very methodically and mechanically grinding up, and on a lower time frame, like here, once you have.
You're not showing the chart.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, my bad. Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was like here, we'd had this stab down, and then we showed weakness, I guess, like a few more times off the high. They tried to fool you to get you to short with these, like, we had our daily open. Like, they ran it down off the daily open, and up here, I got really suspicious looking at this, because a rejection off the daily open like this with no real deviation, to me, that's like, okay, they just made people fill some asks that they're probably going to blow a new one on. And that's what they did, man. They immediately flipped these guys. And the second that they did, we went vertical.
So Mike T said, can you explain funding like he's 5? I'm not making fun of Mike T. I'm just saying, like, that's usually the best way to do it.
So funding is the cost to keep your long open, basically, or to keep your short open, and vice versa. If you're paying your counterparty is going to be getting paid, right? So in a bull market, and let's go back to funding rates while I explain this. So in a bull market, right, people are willing to pay a lot to be long, right? They're willing to pay funding rates equivalent of 50 to 60% a year at times just to be long.
What? Tommy, 100% on DYDX right now on BTC.
DYDX always has high funding, man. That's a big reason why I left, because you just can't long on that exchange at all. You just get eaten alive by funding. But yeah, funding, what it really represents at the end of the day, and on the most simplistic level, is it's the difference between the spot price of an asset and the futures price of an asset on the exchange. And exchanges are naturally incentivized to keep these prices as the same. But what happens is there can be a huge amount of demand for futures, as there are right now, and people want to get really long Bitcoin. So you have this dislocation in funding between the futures contract and the spot contract, which is currently trading lower on all of these exchanges.
Tommy.
But we've also had a Coinbase bid, so it hasn't just been exclusively futures pushing this up, but perps are paying a lot of money to keep longs open right now. So they're going to have to keep the momentum up, or we're going to have a leverage wipe.
Can you give them an example of that gap that you're speaking of? Just give them a number, like of like a futures to like spot bid, so they can understand like what you mean by that.
Yeah. So like, for example, here, if I were to go on an exchange, Bitcoin is trading on Coinbase 62.9K right now. But if I were to go on Bybit, it's going to be about 0.05% higher on Bybit to long. And so, it incentivizes people it's supposed to incentivize people to take the other side of the trade, right? Because as the price of futures diverges more from the price of spot, people are going to be more incentivized to take up the other side of the trade, which is to arbitrage the price back to the spot price, right? Like if there's a dislocation. So you probably have people taking short positions, just not only to collect funding payments, but also to try and arbitrage those prices back together. And I mean, obviously the bid was too strong this morning. It didn't even matter. So
if we were to discuss that as like flows, for instance, and I'm doing this, Tommy, just to kind of give them different angles to think about this. But if we were to discuss that for like flows, let's say we had like, I don't know, 2 million in inflows that was going to long positions and 1 million in inflows that was going to spot positions, that would then, theoretically define a gap between the bid and the ask, right?
If you had 1 million for both.
No, 1 million is 1 million for spot, 2 million for long
Right.
positions.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have that that futures premium emerging. You'd be paying more to be long than you would to be short. Shorts getting paid, although as you guys can see, like getting paid or not, or having to pay to be in a position isn't the end all be all. Like it doesn't mean that you're right or wrong on direction. As you can see with momentum, when we get going, people are willing to pay a lot of money to be long when prices are going up like this.
Yeah, it's really not. Just want to give something to it, right? So it's not really right now, and obviously there are some apes that are futures longing this, but it's not really that there are that many people longing. It's really just shorts getting liquidated on this move up. So yeah, yeah,
And that can actually add to the momentum too. So I think a lot of people don't realize that too. Liquidations can add to the momentum to push prices even higher. And it's more like the longs are chasing the shorts or the shorts are chasing the longs. And what you'll see is if shorts continue to dial in and shorts continue to hold their stance and their ego and try to push their liquidation prices higher, you'll start to slowly see long positions start to creep into those shorts because they're continuing to add and making their positions much, much bigger and much juicier to continue pushing price towards them versus trying to retrace and come back for the longs.
This is where they got hooked, man, right here. Because you had this big spike in funding here on this blowout candle, but then down here, you can see funding predicted just start to grind down, which shows that people were shorting the crap out of this area right here.
yeah.
So when you flipped it, I mean, those guys are all offside, and I think part of it too is you can see spot. You can obviously spot going up only, but you can also see coin margin contracts here as well. We're shorting the crap out of this consolidation. So it's just one of those things where I think as long I was viewing this as long as like we didn't lose this low, these guys were going to get squeezed into oblivion. This was masterfully done by a market maker.
And by the way, what is also happening, right? Just to give more context to it all, is that some people are just hedging their positions by the coin margin contracts as well. So what you can actually have is someone that's being spot long and just hedging their positions because he's kind of thinking, hey, this is kind of overheated or whatever, and like they may close it at some point, which, or maybe they are already, which is sending the price higher, right?
They were probably forced to close today, I would imagine.
I'm not gonna lie,
man.
The Gareth Soloway thing, it just blows my mind because dude's not a bad trader. He's done well in the past, so I'm not gonna sit up here and try and front like he's an idiot. But like him, if he's shorting, if what you're saying is true, because I don't know or have a way to verify that, but if he's shorting for 53K and then added to that position, man, I don't know. They're coming for him. They're coming for him. I'll tell you that.
Oh, for sure. And I think we gonna hear few months after this, or maybe not even that far, how some people just got completely liquidated on their shorts. Like we will see, just like we've seen during the 2022 bear market, we've seen some big institutions getting caught, right? Like we've seen 3 Arrows Capitals and all of these. I think, and Celsius and others, right? I think we will see something in that regard on the way up, because I'm betting you there are some people that were betting on the collapse of BTC, of this being, some cartel escape pump, whatever. Maybe not through BTC, maybe it will be someone shorting BNB, but I think we will hear of someone that just got caught on the wrong side. Just like
there's got to be somebody.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these guys too probably have, and I think this is something that will probably prolong this rally a lot higher this time around than in past cycles is how many funds do you think are running like a a short Bitcoin, long altcoin strategy, like with a very heavy portion of their portfolio? I would say a lot of them, because a lot of them have one, a need for very liquid hedging, which you can pretty much only get from Bitcoin and Ethereum and occasionally Solana. But also the fact that crap, I lost my train of thought again. Oh, what was I talking about?
I would tend to agree, Tommy. I think a lot of them are probably offsides on the Bitcoin side. And, you know, I don't care if they're hedging or not. Their hedges are going to get wrecked. Like, I wouldn't even be hedging at this point.
Altcoin hedges. Yeah, I mean, that's a big reason, too, why altcoins don't go up when Bitcoin does, is because siphoning liquidity also means like that hedge fund managers are probably having to sell altcoin positions in order to cover their Bitcoin shorts.
I couldn't imagine being in this squeeze right now. I'll tell you that.
Guys, WIF currently has 275% yearly funding.
I saw that.
Oh, man.
Bro, all
Imagine that.
shitcoins are about to gigasend.
Yeah, they're going to have a little bit of a oopsie whoopsie, but then after that... After that, I mean, it's on for alts. Spook's not doing anything.
The funny part is that your hedges are going to have to deleverage at the worst time to cover their shorts.
Man, this is definitely probably a short squeeze at this point.
It is. Gaspa is sitting at 200%.
The funny part is the AZTV says his stock confirmation is 70K. I'll tell you this. I think 70K is where you'd see a pullback.
This is, in fact, a short squeeze.
Oh, Jesus.
This last little bit was oh, man. Yeah, we just liquidated like probably 500 or 600 million in shorts on this last candle.
Bro, shorts are wrecked. Holy crap.
God. I was making I was making a tweet that we hit 60K today and we have 64 now, basically.
Shorts are absolutely obliterated, like beyond belief.
Bro, I'm sure there's going to be a wipe, but I have quite literally zero interest in trying to pick where that top is going to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How many people do you think were like, oh yeah, we'll probably squeeze back to 56 from here, and they'd probably be right, and then we went another 2 or 3K higher.
Yeah, Jesus. Now this is a kind of clear parabola or FOMO. You know. Looking at the daily, it's quite clear. Like we are completely vertical right now.
Bro, air mass is gonna. Yeah,
that's a big delta shed for a short, and they got him here too. Wow.
Jordy asking if we are expecting a dump due to Ether Denver. Not really.
Hell no, bro. It's gonna run. ETH Denver is for ETH. It's for altcoins.
Or like depends on what you mean by dump, right? So yeah, like on the hourly, probably. On the weekly, not at all. Daily, you know, maybe we see like a daily pullback at some point, but like I see this quickly repricing to 4K now. Like we have to take into account that BTC is basically at all-time highs right now, and that's still 40% for Ether. So
Doge outperformed my expectations. Shit.
oh.
Holy cow.
All right.
Tommy, all I can say is I hope none of those people are cross-margin shorting.
Oh, you know they were, Will.
Their whole accounts.
You know there were probably people who are long alts and short Bitcoin that just got their account blown up anyway, sitting on a lot of unrealized with alts.
Like people don't even know the dangers of cross margin.
I love me some cross margin.
In these conditions,
I also understand you just have to be super diligent about your risk with cross margin.
And by super diligent, you mean cut all shorts, right?
Man, oh man. It's perking up. This looks like, yeah, this looks like Sol like here. Perking up.
Tommy, is the short
What's up?
alive? Is the short in the room with us right now?
Bro, the shorts are dead. That is clear on the tape. They took shorts behind the frickin' woodshed today. Man. Yeah, this right here, to me, this just tells you, like, first part was a TWAP and probably like put everybody offside, and then they just kept ramping it up. And you can see like these
They warned people at 61K.
They just kept ramping it up. Like this first part TWAP, and then offside, keep ramping it, delta shed. Keep ramping it, delta shed. Big delta shed. That's probably a good spot for a local.
Well, here's the thing, Tommy. They kept baiting shorts. That's what they were doing the whole time. They'd run, then start to look like they were going to roll, and then run again. Then run, look like they were starting to going to roll, and then they'd run again. They were baiting shorts the whole time.
The sad part is that
this kind of led Bitcoin's open interest. Sol is at all-time highs in OI.
Oh,
by a lot.
What do you think of this?
I think it's bullish, actually. Now, given that Bitcoin's breaking out,
Tommy?
it's probably going to do something like this.
I'm going to drop the stream because I'm so excited today. Some alpha. All right.
Hell
It's
yeah.
going to be Velas,
Wanna share
boys.
screen?
Velas. No, I can't. But VELAS. We're going to flip that resistance. We are going to flip that resistance. It's going to happen.
Well, there you go, Jock Marsden. He just gave you the alpha you were looking for. But we've been going for about an hour and 15 minutes, guys. We pumped pretty much relentlessly throughout the entire stream. So I'm really glad we went live. Happy we could do this show for y'all.
Tell me, by the way, the name of the stream is 61K for
oh my
Bitcoin.
God. Yeah, that's a sign of the times, right? I mean, geez, like, look, guys, like, that's a, what do you call a green dildo right there, if I've ever seen one, even though my candles are white and black. Yeah. Spare me the semantics. But the stream, we started at 61K. We tagged 64K while on show, had a little bit of everything, talked charts, had some Agger on. I bet Agger would have been insane today if we could have controlled the volume a little bit more. But yeah, guys, thanks for being here. Like I said, we're going to wrap up the show here. A reminder to check out our Discord if you haven't already. We pretty much nailed this pump. Links to potentially join the Discord in the description of this YouTube video, as well as our Twitter bio. We'd love to have you, and we've had a lot of people join the community lately, and it's been really cool to see you guys not just enjoy interacting with us, but also this morning we had one of our community members try to lead our morning call while everybody was kind of busy and out of town. So it was super cool. Honestly, it's very cool to see you guys as a community getting as into it as you are, and you guys rock. So shout out to you guys, not just the Because Bitcoin community already, but also you guys who are here every single day watching Market Talk and Market Check. Real quickly, guys, some programming details before we wrap up. Like Max said, this week is a little bit scattered. We don't know when we're going to be going live for Market Check or Market Talk. Maybe we do a show this afternoon, though, given how hard Bitcoin has pumped. And if Bitcoin's going to keep doing this throughout the week and giving us a lot of volatility, then it's probably not the last time you see us this week. But regardless, our regular programming schedule will return next week, which is Market Check at 11 a.m. Eastern Time every single weekday, and Market Talk at 4:15 to 4:30 Eastern Time. Those are start times, by the way. And that's a Twitter space hosted by King Wabi. That goes live Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. But that's all from us, guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to try to figure out how to get this outro because I'm running the show today. But thank you all so much for being here. I'll hopefully see you guys again soon. Thanks.